That was the moment he'd known she'd not allow him back into her life, would not sully one more day with him. Frankly, he'd been more certain of that than he had been that the cancer had returned. But somehow, perhaps through divine intervention, who knew, Bonnie had let him in one last time. But with concessions. A host of them he couldn't really recall right now, except for the pompous ass seated across from them. The pompous ass must have felt Aaron's despising vibes, because he looked up, smiled, and said,
"We did some good work Monday. We learned about our mutual feelings surrounding the first separation, didn't we?"
Bonnie nodded. Aaron just glared at him.
"Now, Bonnie, when we met on Monday, you indicated you were agitated about a recent event. Do you recall?"
Daniel asked.
"Yes, I do,"
Bonnie said primly. She was sitting ramrod straight, her hands folded in her lap, looking gorgeous with her dark hair cropped short and wild, just like he saw in the magazines he read when he was getting chemo.
"Would you care to talk a little about that?"
Daniel prompted. She sighed, looked at Aaron.
"I guess it's old news now. It was just that our daughter Rachel had been up to care for Aaron while I went back to Los Angeles to take care of a few things. Because your primary home is in Los Angeles, correct?"
Daniel clarified.
"And you've come to New York to be with your husband during a difficult time."
Aaron thought Daniel was being a little heavy on the forlorn bit.
"That's right."
Bonnie nodded, just as forlornly.
"Anyway, Rachel did not want to come to New York. She's trying to finish her degree, you see." "That's not why she didn't want to come, Bonnie, and you know it,"
Aaron said.
"Aaron,"
Daniel said gently,
"remember our rules. No one talks over their partner. Everyone has a chance to speak. When Bonnie finishes, you'll have your turn to speak."
Bonnie sat a little straighter.
"It is true that Rachel has had a difficult time finishing school and moving on with her life,"
Bonnie conceded.
"She has been a doctoral candidate for a couple of years now."
Daniel chuckled.
"I can attest to the fact that taking a couple of years to finish a doctorate may not be as strange as it sounds." "Yes, well, Rachel has been dating this man, a professor, and hasn't really shown any inclination to finish her doctorate and get on with her life." "Can you give me some examples of her disinclination?"
Aaron damn sure could, but Bonnie always got to go first.
"Okay. For example, she travels to England frequently to find a topic for her dissertation. Her degree is in ancient British history, we think, but she says there are so many interesting ideas that she hasn't been able to land on a topic yet." "And you think that is, untrue?" "Of course we think it's untrue,"
Aaron interjected impatiently.
"Aaron thinks it is untrue,"
Bonnie corrected him.
"But I don't. Rachel is bright and articulate and has a heart of gold. She just doesn't understand where she fits into this world, and she never really has. And when she has to land on something as defining as a dissertation topic, she can't find her answer." "And why is that, do you think?"
Daniel asked. Bonnie shrugged. Daniel nodded, wrote something down on his notepad.
"How exactly did Rachel's indecision lead to your recent agitation with Aaron?"
Bonnie snorted and looked out the window.
"Aaron wouldn't leave her alone. The whole time I was gone, he kept badgering her about her useless degree and her useless boyfriend and her weight. By the time I got back from L.A., Rachel had fled back to Providence." "That was very upsetting for you, wasn't it, Bonnie?" "It certainly was. He swore he wouldn't do that,"
she said, pinning Aaron with the look.
"But I didn't swear I would let my daughter flounder,"
Aaron shot back at her.
"Aaron, remember our rule,"
Daniel reminded him once more. Aaron came very close to telling Daniel to go fuck his rules, but he bit his tongue because he had promised Bonnie he would do this counseling, even if it killed him.
"Let's talk a moment about the promises we think we hear. Bonnie, what did you hear Aaron promise you?" "That he would change," she said, shooting him another look.